Good morning and welcome back to another SaTAROTday with Salon. Bedhead and all. Let's get started. All right, so today we're going to do a quick tarot, or our SaTAROTday with the Runic Tarot. We've used Runic Tarot a couple times before. It is one of my go-to decks. It's by Jack Sephiroth, Alan Dempster, and Jamie Elford. So those three individuals. And I'm just going to do a general read today, kind of like we've been doing in long past, where it's just the energies and how things are going and what's really hanging out in the world as far as energies. So I think it's going to be fun and quick today. We've got a lot of stuff still going on, with the hurricane aftermath and all of that. So I'm kind of excited to really get the day going. So I want to do this. I did do a very small meditation this morning using a song that I will butcher the name of that somebody posted in our group, and it is, hold on, I'm not going to get the name of it, but I'm going to say A-N-U-N-A is the name of the song, Wind on the Sea, that somebody posted late last night, Miss Joy, and I just really, really enjoyed listening to it, so I was like, you know what, let me work this into my meditation. So I stopped, I went and, got a drink and kind of settled in. I called my corner a little bit, and then I meditated with that on repeat. And let me tell you, it was very, very, very calming, very enjoyable. So thank you for sharing that, Joy. So, but like I said, we're going to do quick today. So let's go ahead and get started. Our general read, so there's no question to ask. And we just want to know what energies are at play and circling above us right now for the next week or so. We're going to cut. We have first card, the world. Let me tell you something. Cards tell you what they want to tell you when they want to tell you. The One of Horns or Cups in this deck. And the King of Pentacles. So let me tell you something. This is what's been on my mind. And it never fails that we get good information and some messaging from our lovely Runic Tarot. I mean, it's always been needle point, like just perfection. So the world really speaks of in our grand cycles of things in our major arcana of the completion of a cycle of, and it's not just like we think of the completion of a cycle as it is done, it is stopped. It's the totality of it, right? It's kind of similar to when I talk about aces, which is interesting because aces are generally ones, and the world is more like would be more similar to a 10. If you're following in like a cyclical process. For me, it may be different for you or for anybody else, but that's how I kind of see them. So the world is the culmination of all things that are part of major arcana. So this isn't just like the world's okay. You're at the pinnacle and you've reached completion. Now what? It's all pieces of whatever you're working through have come together, and they are in fullness, for lack of a better phrase. In this particular world card, you see what looks to me like a god, like could be Odin or Thor. My assumption would be Odin, but I don't know what the intention is on here. But you also notice Hagalaz, which is the rune that you see on this one. I'm not very strong with runes, so I know I can identify them, but I'm not good at that part of it. So that's something maybe somebody can write in the comments, or I'll look it up afterwards. I have a neat little app that actually kind of tells you through it. And maybe I'll do it on the thing here before we're done. But it has this walking through, and it looks like just walking around in nature. There's water in here. There's a background, and it's really just walking through, and there's this calmness about the world, and joy about the world that is very, I don't want to say muted, but it just is exactly what it is and needs to be. So this is a really good energy to have this week, right? So things will come to some completion, whether it is you become acceptance of those things or they actually get closed, done. That is the energy. Excuse me. That is the energy we're talking about. So the next one is the one of cups on the card, but it is would be an ace. And the ace of cups, it's horns, but we're going to call it cups. And I'm seeing some jitter in this. I hope it's not coming through on the recording, but that's weird. But the ace of cups, like I was just talking of, are instead of a culmination of all things, they are the raw base of all things in that element. So this is the all of water. It is water. It is the everything that is part of water as a cycle, as an emotion. So this is like the everything put together and pulled together. So when we talk about what does it mean in a read, we're talking about that plentiness, that abundance of things that are in our lives. So to me, a one of cups is a representation of things that have in the world at this point completed and given us joy. We're ready to restart, and we're starting from a really good place. Excuse me. Starting from a really good place. And the Ace of Cups generally represents that. You're starting from an area or a base of plenty, and you are moving positively towards more emotional fulfillment. In the cycle, there's going to be some difficulties, right? But this week isn't the week that those are going to happen. And that is even more apparent with the King of Pentacles, which is our third card, right? So in the King of Pentacles, obviously you have what is representation of a king. And the king is sitting with his shield. I think that's Manaz. The rune that's on his bottom right, near his right foot anyway, on the throne. And this is a representation of steadiness and good leadership, of things that are going to be very stable. So we have a lot of stability cards this week. These are all very, very stable representations. But the king is really talking about truly that stable leadership and that stable continuation. Now, if you know how I generally read, our court cards are our people, representation of either you listening, me reading, or whatever it is meaning in your life. It could be a father figure or somebody of that masculine behavior that is associated with it. And I say it that way because it doesn't mean it's a male person. It's not gender. It is symbolism, right? So this is the symbolism of the strong, steady, shield wearing person in your life. And it doesn't have to be a male or a female. Generally it's a male, but this could represent anybody that's providing that strong, stable leadership, right? So over the next week, what we're seeing in the energies that are swirling around the universe are that the world is ours. We have this comfort and this joy of things that are going the right way, and we are going to support that. And we're getting an opportunity to start new things with this Ace of Cups from a place that has everything we need to get started. It's a plenty horn. And I know the horn of plenty is more in symbolism, would probably be earth related or even fire related. But as a representation of water drinking from the horn, which is utilization of other things to their fullest, right? So think of, when you have things that they're used for the right purpose, or for not the right purpose, but for many purposes, and they're not wasted. And then our king is literally telling us that this is a week of stability. This is a week of either us being leaders. Judging by the cards in here, I think this is us. Like, this is going to be you listening. Not so much somebody in your life, having a sense of stability and leadership and being able to push things forward positively. if there were different cards, something else going on, it may represent another person. But I'm feeling really that this is whoever's listening. This isn't an external read. This is the universe telling us, about us and what we're going to go through this week. So that feels really good that we have this completion and this positive motion and this joy that's going to come from all things that are meshing together properly or well. And then our cup of plenty, our ace of water that's really pushing us through and getting us started and getting us going. It means we have a good start, right? We're going to start with everything we need. We just have to keep that going. And then again, this strength of steadiness and leadership in the form of yourself, who's going to continue to guide that. So this is an energy week that is very well aligned. So we are not feeling a lot of crazy all sides energy, which is rare lately. If you are feeling that stress or all these things that are coming at you, we've got the World, which is a all element card. We've got Cups, which is an ace at that. So the very first card in a pip, in a court. I'm sorry, not a court really, but a suit. So you have your Ace of Cups there. And then you have a King, which is the last card in the suit. So think about this. We're not in the middle of stuff. So when you have an energy that's not in balance, or you feel like you're having a stressor or you're having something really going on that's difficult, these cards are the cards that are saying, ground. Go back to your roots and then reach up to the sky. Both of those are grounding experiences and meditating experiences, right? Grounding is, to me, always part of my meditation, but it's also part of its own practice of grounding. And then for the top universal energy coming in from the universe, I'm always picturing that coming from above or from out in, right? So the way that this read would help you if you're not experiencing that steadiness and that comfort and that feeling like you have what you need to get started and feeling like you have the culmination of things is stick your feet in the ground. It's a big thing for me when it comes to grounding. Go outside barefoot, but ground. And then when you're grounding, also connect that grounding up through your body with the universal energy coming down or from wherever you do that from. And that will help you in your processes and in your things this week to have a sense of lowered anxiety, calmness, and comfort. So I hope you enjoyed this read. Again, Runic Tarot has never been, a guessing game. It is always extremely clear of exactly what it wants us to know, as it did today. I've never, I don't want to say never, but this is definitely a deck if you're interested in runes and or Norse style. I want to say style because I don't know how accurately true the imagery is, but it is really speaks to me very well. But if you're looking for that kind of deck, this is it. It is on point, clear every time. Like it's never been a guess of what it's talking about. So, but again, anyway, thank you for joining. If you would read any of those cards differently, please, please, please share them. I like to hear different thoughts and ideas. It's a learning experience for me as well. And, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We are working on some of our other videos. I promise they are coming. They're coming. So feel free. And I hope you enjoy and like this video. And we will see you, Sunday for service probably. And then next week for Tarot Day again. Thank you. Have a good one.